A remarkable ode to history opens in its first season of display. The John Hope Franklin Reconciliation Park lies at the cornerstone of Greenwood, an area over 90 years ago once known as the Black Wall Street of America. In a storytelling fashion, the park takes a trip down memory lane, revealing the African-American role in building Oklahoma. And just like reading a book, the prologue begins here. It's a storyboard panel describing the events of the 1921 Tulsa race riot.
This will acquaint any visitors to the park to the situation that was prevalent at the time that the race riot started, and it also covers the fatalities that were involved in the riot.
Julius Pegues is the chairman of the John Hope Franklin Center. He's the driving force behind the park's establishment.
A person visiting the Reconciliation Park can learn a lot from this first storyboard.
Your journey continues on to the Hope Plaza. It consists of 3 larger-than-life figures from the actual race riot, starting with Hostility, which represents a white man fully armed for assault. In the early hours of the riot, according to eyewitnesses, crowds of whites gunned down any African-American seen in the streets of downtown Tulsa. Next is Humility, a black man with hands raised in surrender.
Humility represents the black people in the city of Tulsa who were interned at several locations about the city as the riot took place.
The third statue is Hope. It's an actual photo of a white American Red Cross director holding a black baby. At the heart of the park stands the 25-foot memorial tower. It tells the history of African Americans beginning at the base. The tower spirals up, showing the migration of slaves with Native Americans on the Trail of Tears, the emergence of African Americans, statehood, the development of Black Wall Street, and at the very top of the tower reveals the park's mission.
You will see individuals, nameless and faceless individuals, who are reaching down and helping people up to the top. And that's what this whole Reconciliation Park is about.
For more detailed information, visitors can follow the 10 storyboards that circle the Tower of Reconciliation. But behind every story, there is a storyteller, and behind every book, there is an author. The park earned its namesake from the late historian, Dr. John Hope Franklin.
He had 5 earned degrees and 134 honorary degrees, okay? So, I mean, he was just a scholar. He did the work that really turned the tide in the Brown versus the Board of Education decision.
The park also pays tribute to Franklin's father, B.C. Franklin, who was a local lawyer of Greenwood. Yet, the story of the park establishment didn't begin here. It was a 10-year building process.
Initially, at the beginning of the project, we were getting a lot of resistance. There was negative sentiment regarding memorializing a riot, so to speak. And so we had to really give some thought to rebranding the concept, yet still honoring the purpose.
President of Greenwood Chamber of Commerce, Reuben Gant, played an important role behind the scenes in defining the park's mission.
So we branded the concept from memorializing a riot to really focusing on the issue of reconciliation.
During that time, the center waited 8 years before receiving funding from the state. Construction of the park began in 2009. And when it comes to location, the center has a couple of marketing tools that will look to be in the park's favor. Stationed in downtown Tulsa, the center is hoping to attract more Tulsans to the Greenwood district. The location will also look to be an eye-catcher for tourists, especially during the baseball season. The park stands next door to the Tulsa Driller Stadium.
We now would be able to expose our history, expose the district, expose the park to more than 400,000 people a year. And that draw would come from just the ballpark itself.
But most importantly for the center, the park symbolizes Tulsa's growth and what's in store for the future. The center's work consists of 2 phases. Phase 1 is the building of the Reconciliation Park. Phase 2 will be a physical building of the John Hope Franklin Center for Reconciliation. The Future Learning Center will house galleries, archives, documentary projects, and other historical attractions. After 9 decades since the Tulsa Race Riot events, the park is a journey of remembrance. And what better way to tell a story than starting in a park?
The center is all about reconciliation and getting people to understand the past and have a positive viewpoint of individuals or people who helped make this city and this state what it is. And we hope they will be able to take that, away with them when they come to visit this park.